Hello and Merry Christmas from the Beer Inn, where there are no last orders. Got White Stag. I was bought that, so closest I could find to anything like a Christmassy beer. Stag, reindeer. So we'll try it, and I think I'm going to also do a review video of the year and from when the channel started 4 years ago. Please remember to like and subscribe. Please help me, because that's another thing I'm going to bring up in the video. I only got 36 subscribers, sounds a bit negative, and the most number of viewers I've had is about 160 on the navigation video in 2021 for the beer festival thank you party. So I want people to vote or whatever, or just put in the comments, tell me, like, is it worth continuing, because I haven't monetized yet and you need 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, let's get on with it. White Stag, 4.3 alcohol by volume. Welbeck Brewery, I've heard of that, but let's open it, see what it's like. So just put that down on the table, hold it flat, and see if this bottle opener thing, well, it's a sort of a bottle opener. It's not very good, because I had a couple of attempts at that. So let's see what we've got, see what the pour's like. It's not been in the fridge, but see what happens, if it fobs or whether it's all right. So what we get this time. Right, okay, fair enough. Smells promising already. But I'll do the review anyway. You can see on your screens if you're watching on the telly, like the order of the videos, and if you're using the computer, it's probably something similar. So let's have a look then. So 4 years ago, I started down the cellar at Underwood Miners Welfare. That's somewhere where I go for my radio controlled playing club meetings once a month, and sometimes I visit and have a pint, because I know the person and his wife who looks after the bar. Say hello to Lynn and Mick, and also hello to anybody from Rolls-Royce Hucknall Model Flying Club. So I will get more flying in the new year. This is like radio controlled models. If anybody's interested in that, then the meetings are at the Underwood Miners Welfare the first Thursday of the month at 8 o'clock, and the first meeting of the new year is going to be the 5th of January, looking at the calendar. So then he lets me have a go at pouring a pint of Smiths. Hardly any wastage, probably the smallest little drop, and it's probably the first time I've ever had a go at pouring a pint in my life, and that's 4 years ago. Then we're going to Nottingham Beer Festival, Nottingham Beer and Cider Festival 2021, Trent Bridge Cricket Ground. And that was 1 year ago, so I had a bit of a gap of 3 years because I hadn't got into it properly. So really, even though the channel's 4 years old, then I've been doing it about a year. So you've got setting up, and then day one and day two, and going through each one. Probably able to see remote control. That happens. By the way, that is an interesting tip. If you want to test your remote control, get your camera out on your phone and point it, and you'll see it go off like this if it's going. If it doesn't, then it's gone. So, right, let's get back to it then. So there's the beer festival each day. Then there's a thank you party at the navigation, saying thank you for the volunteers for working there. Oh, and there was a taking down of the beer festival, sorry. And then the navigation. So I go to the next one. Right. There was a draw and people got drawn out. So I really started reviewing the beers when I did 11 months ago. I did Inception Lenton Lane Brewery, which I quite liked actually. And then there was Lacerated Sky Black Iris Brewery, and that was like a nice syrupy dark beer, because I do like syrupy sweet beers, I do. And then I went on to Oligo Nunk, which is Hollowstone Brewery. I can't remember what that tasted like. It's probably a bit sour, I think, a bit ugh. And that was 11 months ago, so that's probably each day or something. Then a month later, 10 months ago, I did Thatcher's Gold, and I love Thatcher's cider. That's very nice. Oh, as it says on the advert, balanced. Oh, yes. And then, because I make biodiesel, I did a video asking for help with a thumbnail of a deep fat fryer, what they use in a takeaway, saying, please will you help me, pubs, takeaways, homes, if you got any oil, waste cooking oil, let me collect it. And then I did a video 10 months ago. Oh, the fryer video was about 10 months ago as well. And then the oil. And then the Thatchers, I did Thatchers Under Attack. And if you look that up, it was something to do with them being woke about why the statue was pulled down. I can't remember the exact details, but you'll find it on my channel if you want to know. And then within that month again, 10 months ago, it's probably November time actually, but it's probably October, November time. So I did Atlantic Pale Ale. Then the same month I did Budweiser Lager, and that was supposed to be like a caramel. Was that what one, or was that oh no, it wasn't that one, sorry. No, Budweiser Lager. Usually I don't like lagers, but this one was alright. Seemed a bit weaker, because I found that lager is a thing that if I was to go out and drink a lot of it, that would be the thing that brought it all up, if you know what I mean. Then I did Old Crafty Hen, 6.5%. Wow, you don't want to be going out in your car and if you're going to be drinking one of them. Moreland Brewery, and it's a toffee raisin malt. It was okay. Just trying to move this remote control about because the camera might be in the way of the sensor. And being myself here, not bothering about editing it. Right, then I went on to ciders again. Stowford Press Mixed Berries Cider. It was alright, because I was going to compare them all. You know, like Stowford Press, dark fruits, and then the, shop brand products, what they do. Like Lidl's do one, I think, and probably, I think they do. I think I've had that before, yeah. And my sister bought me 2 of them once, the Sainsbury's one, because Sainsbury's do one, and the dark fruits. So I'll come on to that in a bit. Then I went on to Magnum's original apple cider. Not as nice as Thatcher's that I said earlier, but it's alright. And that was 4.5%. Then I did a fraud alert, because people what they're doing on Facebook, or what they were doing, this was 9 months ago, I sent that one out. They're talking to you on Facebook Messenger, acting as though they're getting to know you, and then they like ask you for your number, and then why not? Then they like text you this code and say, could you send that code back to them over Messenger? And then it's like a link. I've not fell for it. I've had it happen before, but just delete it, block them, report them and block them. So what they do, they expect you to send it, and then when you send this code back, then I don't know whether that's how they clone accounts or hack accounts or something, but then probably won't be able to log in again. But anyway, if you all want to add me on my personal Facebook, 'cause that's the only one I've got, look up Andrew Mckenna, and I've got the vaccinated symbol around my face, and it'll say Arnold and Carlton College and a disco in the background, on the background photo. Then I went to the White Line Branket, which has been my local for a long time, and my friend Ivan Greensmith, hi Ivan if you're watching, he was the landlord for about 12-13 years, and then the people that, like, I think they had the malt shovel in Beeston, Nottingham, and the commercial in Beeston, Nottingham, which they haven't got the malt shovel now. But anyway, I think they've got the commercial still, and I think they took over and they've got the White Lion, if they've still got it now. But if you're interested in going to any of those places, the White Lion is in Branket, Nottingham, near the Sherwin Arms. Big island along the A52. If you come off the M1 motorway junction 25 and along 2 islands like Garden Centre, and then over the next island you get to the big Branket Island, and then turn right towards Branket Village, that's the White Lion. If you want the commercial, keep going along the main Derby Road further and turn right at the Nurseryman, which is another nice pub, over the hill, and then into Beeston, and then it's on the right hand side, the commercial is opposite yet another pub, the Cricketers. This is saying all the pubs I know, so these pubs, if any of you are hearing, then I expect a free pint when I come in for publicising. Yeah. And then the malt shovel is a little bit further. You do have to park your car, or rather, let's just say the person who's driving, they have to park their car, then you have to go up Eastern High Road, and then it's off to the right and like through, and it's on left hand side. But that's got a new landlord anyway now. And then let's carry on then. Peach Melbear. It was a peach flavour ale, and that was well balanced out. It was gorgeous. Oh, yes. And I asked him at the beer festival, I asked him who orders the beers, whether he'd be able to get it for us. And he says, like, he probably hadn't been offered it by other breweries. It was Congleton, so it was Beartown Brewery in Congleton. So then I had that. It was nice. And then the same night in that pub, I did the Guinness, because it was St. Patrick's Day 5 months ago. Then I went to my uncle's house because it's my birthday back in June, and then we did the dark fruits. So my sister bought me some, some Sainsbury's dark fruits and some Strongbow dark fruits. So I opened the Strongbow dark fruits and did a review on that. Then it was a month after my birthday in July, because I had a present from my mum treating me to a ride in a 2-seater Robinson R22 helicopter. So I had a ride, they let me have a go. The video's on there, and it's called Helicopter Flight at Tollerton, Nottingham in Robinson R22. Then after that, which it's a good job it is after, because they say 8 hours from bottle to throttle when you're flying. Because I also used to fly gliders as well. Yeah, not just radio controlled planes, but I used to fly gliders and I went solo in a glider. Then I went on to Guinness cold coffee beer, and that was 4%. And I said that it smells nice of caramel and coffee, but when you taste it, it was just a strong taste of coffee with the Guinness, and then a slight bit of caramel, which you couldn't really pick up on, because that's how these beers are anyway. Exception for the peach Melbear though, which I would say. And then I did a comparison on the Strongbow and the dark fruits. Which did I prefer? And I said that the Strongbow dark fruits was a bit tangy, and then the Sainsbury's one, you could tell, like, you know, if you get tea bags and they taste like cheap tea bags and taste a bit like cardboard, as you say, as people say, then you could tell which one was the genuine one. So then I went to the Admiral Rodney in Woolerton, and I had a pint of Timothy Taylor's Landlord. And that's described as a fruity flavour scent and a bit like fruity flavour taste. So I tried that and it was okay. And that was quite nice. That's in Woolerton if you want to go there. Then I went to cider again and had some Copperberg mixed fruit cider. And I thought that might be similar to dark fruits, so I did. And that was quite nice. That was alright. So then went on to last year's beer festival. This year's beer festival, This year's beer festival. 2022. Where I went in again and I helped them set it up. And I'd like to be able to do a bit more though, like cellar work. Even though it's not a cellar, then it's things that you do in a cellar. So what happens to casks at Nottingham Beer Festival? And I was on about like saying what they do, and somebody was like saying how you vent them and you tap them, and somebody was like venting them at the same time, like, you know, as I was videoing, and someone was venting them, and just thought, right, okay, I'll make a video of this. Same time I thought, yeah, do a video, put that on there. So I did. Then I went on to Brothers cider, which you get from B&M stores, and this one was marshmallow flavour, but I think they tried to do a marshmallow flavour, but it didn't actually work out as a marshmallow flavour somehow. But there was a nice sweet taste there and all sorts of combinations, but it is nice and I will get it again. Then I went on, I says to people, what do they think to Brothers cider? And I got strawberries and cream. And that was alright, and it tasted similar to the marshmallow flavour with a bit more strawberry in it. And then I went on to wild fruit cider, and that was nice, okay. And then bonfire night edition of Brothers toffee apple flavour cider. These are all 4%, and that was quite nice. All variations. So there was a bit of toffee apple in it, and yeah. And then the thank you do again 1 month ago for the beer festival and the help at the beer festival, and that was quite nice. If you look at that again, you'll see, you know, we had a buffet, was given a free beer, and also was given half of us, everybody who went there, half of the people there, the names was in the draw, and then I managed to win. So I came home with some beer that I'm going to do in the future. I think there was a Castle Rock. I can't remember. I think there's one coming up. Oh, that was it. Yes. Elsie Mo. So a Castle Rock Magpie, it's called, and a Castle Rock Elsie Mo. The one with the pilot, because I think Elsie Mo was once a pilot or something in the war. I don't know exactly, but That's what the logo is on the pump clip or bottle, because there's two pictures of Elsie Mo, and it's not the one with a leg sticking out, if you like. Anyway, so yeah, Elsie Mo, Castle Rock Brewery. It's okay, bitter, but still a drink. Anyway, that's it now for the review of the videos, for the Beer Inns review of 2022, and then obviously there's 4 videos before that, but 4 years before that, so 2018. Right, so let's now have a look at the beer what I just poured earlier. That's not fermented properly yet. That's quite nice. Kind of fruits, tangy fruits, and when you sniff the scent, they all come rushing to you, and you think, oh, that's quite nice. Oh yes, like being in an orchard. This is. Just trying to get rid of that head so I can get the real scent. But it's nice and clear. That video's going on long, so I've been rushing a bit, but anyway. It's clear. So, clarity, yeah. Aroma. It smells like when you get, like not just a bottled beer, but if you go to a pub and you get a nice fruity beer straight out the beer engine or the cask at a festival or something. So, yeah, I was bought this by my mum. She went to South One or Southall Minster. There'll be debate about all that. So cask, sorry, not cask. It probably was in a cask at one time, but this probably might do it in a cask. White Stag, closest beer I can find to like anything to do with Christmas. I know that when I helped at a pub night to do with pub people, they had Santa Baby on, and I remember tapping that because he is what's called caskwage. If any landlords that watch caskwage, a floating system, they'll know what it is. But what it actually is, there's videos on there typing caskwage, and you don't use a shive. You put the cask vertically and then leave it for like the evening, like until it's like settled as you do, and then tap it in the top, and then you can choose to vent it, or you can just like leave it like after a while, like for a few days or whatever you do, and then it's much easier. There's a video rather than putting them on the stillages. Anyway, so let's get this blooming looked at, this beer, because for some reason the head's not going quickly. So that nice scent of the fruit, but taste it. Not too tangy. So, yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Just top this up. So that's all right. I've also got some Guinness Draft Stout in there. So I might do that one day. Might do a video on that because I got a few cans. Yeah, so my opinion on that beer, not too tangy. Smell just comes flooding out to you. Lovely, kind of a fruit flavour. Let's see what the description is now. American hopped Session IPA. Does someone want to write in the comments and tell me what session means? I mean, does that mean it's a session on a break, so it's not that strong, so you can just drink it and it won't get you too pissed? Right. Just trying to look, see if there's a description for this. Oh, it's a wheat beer. The malt. Oh, right. So they probably put some concentrate in it and not natural fruits. Anyway, yes. Yeah, so that's all right, that is. So this is Andrew Mckenna. Merry Christmas from the Beer Inn. And if there's anything you want me to review, then type it in the comments. Please subscribe. Please get me more subscribers and views. Help me get on the ladder. Help the channel grow. Until the next one, Merry Christmas. Cheers.